Okay, now this is a real Nissan Rogue rear brake pads 2017 tips and trick video. Your caliper bracket or your brake hose coming off the top of your caliper is clocked right in line with your pin. If you want to pull it out, take it loose like you normally would. Just break it loose, run the threads out. Take the top one loose first. Take your bottom one out. Fold the caliper out. Fold the caliper up. And take the bolt out through the other side. Take the pin out through the other side. That's fine. Now for some actual tips and tricks. Your adjuster, if you need it, to get your rotor off is pretty well on the bottom. Pull the little rubber plug out with a straight screwdriver or whatever you choose. And you'll need to work the adjuster one way or the other. I believe it's up. We're not going to do that though. Now, if it's not very tight, what you can do is just place a little bit of pressure, and as you pull on it a touch, you're not hitting. Do not beat this thing off of there. Now, you may need an initial one whack in case it's got a little bit of rust welded to the hub. But what you'll do is just pull it a little bit, smack, let your brake shoes settle, pull it a little bit more, let the brake shoes settle, pull a little more, and unless somebody's been playing around and put a lip here, you should have no issue. The reason I'm pulling this caliper off, or pulling the rotor off, is because it had a little rattle, and we just want to make sure it wasn't a bearing. And it does have a little bit of a clicky to it. Well, yeah, little clicky bearing. Other big thing is that if I was doing a real genuine article tips and tricks for doing the brake pads on one of these, I would tell you to get a good quality ceramic pad. That way your dust don't build up. That causes them to stick sometimes on your slides. Clean your slides up real well. Take these off. You want to lube a little bit on the bottom side to prevent the rust. On the side towards the caliper bracket, and the side towards the pad. If you want to hit them with a little dry hitch lube is the best thing you can use for these, and let it dry before you put your pads on. Some pads, where you're cutting them with a plasma cutter now, won't fit in there right. So you have to take a grinder and just make sure that they slide. If you cut them too short, they're going to click whenever they go to stop. You want to just make sure that they do slide freely. Another big thing, if I was making a proper tips and tricks video for changing the brakes on Nissan Rogue, I would mention that the proper lug nut torque on these, according to the user manual, is 83 foot-pounds, and for my Canuckian brethren, 113 of Newton's meters. I do prefer the Fig Newtons better, but Newton meters will work on that.